just doesn't have the weight of a napkin, does it? Good evening, darlings, and a very warm welcome indeed to Wednesday night live from Spain. And we only got, this is the penultimate one, darlings. We've only got one more to come after this. Well, how are you all? I hope you are all better than. Well, no, actually, I'm fine. I hope you're all well, and I hope you are well rested. Last night turned into a long one. I didn't go to bed until about 4:30 or 5 o'clock. It was a late live, and then we just stayed up talking and appeared to have our drinking trousers on. And before you know where you are, it's 5 o'clock in the morning, and hey ho, what can you do? But I slept rather well. It's been a quieter day today. Went out for lunch, had a lovely drive again through the mountains, and I know what they're called now. The mountains are called, the mountains in question. Hold on, I will tell you. Now, you won't really have seen them properly yet, but obviously you will see them. Oh, I've gone off that page. You will see them in the video that you will get tomorrow. Oh, yes. You can expect that video tomorrow. It's all edited. I will upload it to YouTube overnight. I just need to do a thumbnail and description, and you guys can have it at 12:12, and I hope you enjoy it. The mountains are called the Sierra de las Moreras. So there you go. There you go. So we had another drive through them today, which was lovely. And it turned into a later evening as well. It's been a day of coincide audiences. There has been coincide audience after coincide audience. It began this afternoon. I got pinged by my old mate Dean, and me and Dean go way back. Dean started out, if you go back far enough, Dean started out working telesales at the car place, and then he became sales, and so on and so on and so on. And then when I left, he took over and he ran the place. And then various things happened. I went back, we ran it together for a while. We were, and we just got on really well. He organised my stag do. We were really close friends for a long number of years. And I mean, not all, it is a long time ago, I suppose, but actually, it's not all that long ago. I was with Boo when we even talked about going into business together again. But I haven't seen him for, I don't know, 6 or 7 years, something like that. And he doesn't really do social media in the way that I do. So we tend not to keep in touch all that much. But I got a ping from him this. Sorry?
You're pointing totally the wrong direction.
No, I'm not.
You're not on screen at all.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I am indeed back on. Sorry about that, my lovelies. Obviously,
Still buffering on mine.
try refreshing it. Everybody else is fine. Right. Could somebody let me know where I got to when I disappeared, please? And I'll see if I can catch back up.
You were talking about your friend and the messages.
Yeah, but you heard me. You were in the same room as me.
They probably didn't. Good point.
Looks like tonight might not happen, my loves.
Has your upload finished uploading? Is that causing bandwidth issues?
It hasn't started. I haven't put it on.
Oh, Christ.
For that reason. I wasn't on about cycling in hills. Right, I've frozen on mine as well. Oh no, I am moving. I am moving. Right, can anybody hear me? Can anybody see me? Not you, you are in the same room. I know that you can hear and see me. I was talking about Dean, right. Oh, it's cigarette break time. That's handy. Sorry, I mean scented candle break time. Evening, mate. How you doing?
Evening, mate. I only phoned to let you know, yeah, you're back. I think we can all hear you and see you okay.
Happy days. Excellent. Oh, right. And yeah, people are agreeing. Brilliant. Right, I'll get back and try and start again. Thank you, mate.
Okay, then, Jay. See you later.
I'll see you when it's time for a scented candle.
I thought you might say that somehow.
Yeah. Okay, buddy.
Okay.
Right, excellent. You can all see and hear. So I was telling you about mine and Dean's friendship. Went on a long time, but people go their separate ways and whatnot. So I got this message on Tuesday. I didn't recognise who it was from. Afternoon, long time no speak. Whereabouts in Mazaran are you? Didn't reply to that one, so I just forgot. And then got a message today, are you in Camposol? Had a look at the message, realised who it was, because I looked at previous messages. He doesn't use a real name, he doesn't like social media very much. I said, I am, are you over here too? And he said, I own a villa there on Sector D by the mountain. If I'd have known, I've got a card at the airport you could have used. How come you're there? And of course, we're in Sector D as well. So we had a bit of a chat and he sent me some pictures. He's 3 streets over, maybe 4. His place is about 300 yards in that direction. We actually drove past it on the way to the restaurant tonight. So that's a hell of a coincidence, audience, isn't it? We're going to sort out some kind of a meet-up here because, as discussed last night, I'd be more than happy to come back here, especially if I've got a mate with a car at the airport. That's how handy is that? And obviously, we found that there are relatively cheapish places to let here. I think this might kind of become a place because more and more things are fitting together. And the other coincidence, audience, let me just have a slurp of my water. Technically it's wine a clack, but I'm too stuffed to drink wine at the moment. The other coincidence, audience, is we went out for dinner tonight, a little bit later than normal because we've been running late all day. And I needed to get tomorrow's video edited, ready to upload overnight so that you guys could have it tomorrow morning. So we were a bit late leaving and, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. We were heading off to the same place we've eaten every other night because it's got a ridiculously extensive menu. You could eat there every night of the week, but eat completely different cuisine. And it's clean and it's friendly and it's cheap, really good value. But they were shut. Obviously, places do shut. They have a night off. My restaurant is shut on a Monday. We have a night off. So we ended up going to a curry house in the shopping centre, the shopping centre, which is where we had lunch today. Oh my God. Right, you can judge me now. Yes, we went for lunch in that shopping centre in one of those places and shame me, abuse me, I deserve it. I had sausage, egg and chips. I'm in Spain, rural Spain, and I had sausage, egg and chips. And God forgive me, I had brown sauce with it as well because you might as well be hanged for a sheep as for a lamb. And I tell you what, it was bloody nice actually and really good value. And it's, it might be a British type place, but there were Spanish people in it. The wonderful thing about Spain and France is that when the smoking regulations came in, they thought, well, bugger that, we'll build an outside-inside. So, you know, whenever you go to Spain or France, there'll be a part of the restaurant that's inside but technically outside, so that you can do the civilized thing. And again, Spain is similar to France. You're never more than 10 yards from an ashtray. And I approve of that. To me, that is very civilized. So, yeah, God forgive me. I ordered a Diet Coke, got a full fat one. And had sausage, egg, and chips. But after a night on the lash, it kind of hit the spot. And we ended up.
It was needed. I don't care, it was needed.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you didn't look all that chipper this morning, I must say.
wasn't all that chipper this morning.
Yeah. Um, and we ended up back there tonight. Now we went to the mountains, the Sierras, whichever Sierras they were. Loved that, found an amazing road that Paul had wanted to drive, and it was amazing. Loved that, and you will be getting that in a video on Friday. Tomorrow you get, tomorrow's video is quite nice, actually. It's quite nice. And of course you get the mad drive, and I can confirm now, having established where we were, I can confirm that there are no vehicle roads in those mountains. We drove up a hiking path. Well, in case the, El Guardio Badger is watching, it was him. He drove up that path, not me.
There were no signs saying no vehicle roads or motor roads.
We had this argument yesterday. I said, legally, res ipsa loquitur. The thing speaks for itself. It's clearly not intended for a pissing car.
Because why do you look for the car?
Apart from when it wasn't and you had to drive through a rock hedge.
I blame the council for not trimming the bushes.
Oh, yeah, because you're going to get a council worker up there, aren't you, on his bloody ride-on lawnmower. Piss here now. So we ended up, we ended up going to the upstairs Indian restaurant in the shopping centre. And here's coincidentally audience number 2. Our waiter, Nepali, from Kathmandu, which obviously is where our restaurant is named after. And he's on the same deal that we do it with our guys. They bring them over from Nepal. They're on a 5-year visa and a 5-year contract. So that company, like us, must be licensed to bring them over. You have to guarantee to pay them a certain amount. And it's a 5-year thing. And no doubt they do the same as we do, and they overwork them and underpay them for those 5 years. That's the way it works. People are happy to do it, and it can and does work to their advantage. It sounds awful. I'm the first to admit it. Would I do it? Not in the way that they do, but then it's a different culture, it's a different practice, and Amrit is living proof that it works. I've told you before, he's been here 18 months. He's managed to bring his wife over. He's bought a house. He's bought a lovely car. His English is superb. Well, almost superb. It's excellent, and it's almost superb. He's picking up on little local dialect and, weird British quirky phrases. So now when he's completed something, he'll say, done and dusted, kippers and custard, which sounds really weird. I mean, it sounds weird enough coming from somebody British. It sounds even weirder coming from a Nepali, but there you go. So that was the other coincidentally audience. But I've eaten tonight the stuff that I watch people eat in my restaurant, and I think, how the hell can you eat that portion size? I would be stuffed and feeling sick. Well, guess what? I ate it, and
Excuse me, stuffed and feeling sick.
And I'm stuffed and feeling sick. It's gone wine a clack. and I am so stuffed that I can't imagine pouring wine into myself. Although I will do at half past. At half past, I'm going to have a glass of wine. Although, can't go mad like last night. Anyway, there we are. Let's see who's with us and have a nice, relaxed chat. Stew69 through K, good evening. The lovely Pauline, Stratospherian, Tonic 110, Steve Cole, camping under canvas, the Jamesy boy, Andrew Buttigieg, Ivor Spotty Butty as was, Carl of the Lockpick, Susie Sunshine, Joanne Hill, hello my lovely, Peter P, hello, Jonathan, HW100 or HW100 or HW100, delete as appropriate. Do you know, we were talking about Starlink. We were talking about Starlink today. Yeah, I wish I had Starlink here. Gremlins or iguanas? It'll be iguanas. You know what they're like. You know what they are like. That thing down there. Yes. Kindly cut that thing down there. Tonic 110 is with us. Oh, what's going on over there? Right, I'm guessing from what I've seen that oil prices have gone through the roof and everybody's panic buying petrol and prices are going stratospheric. I imagine it's all that kind of thing, is it? I can't remember the waterway that Iran has blocked. Is it still blocked? Because if it is, then the markets will be going mad. I mean, crude went up by 10% before it even happened. Merely the threat of it happening was enough to put crude up 10%. And then it happened, and if it's still happening, then I imagine that crude is going through the roof, and if you haven't already, then we'll be seeing the prices at the petrol pump reflecting all of this. And no doubt there will be panic buying, and no doubt people will run out. Let me know in the comments what's going on, because I'll be honest, while I'm out here, I've not been looking at the news or listening to the news or anything like that. Who else have we got? The lovely Steph is with us. Good evening. At this point, I came back into the room, apparently. Jolly good. I had to do a reboot type thing. That seemed to do the... right. Thank you, Susie Sunshine. Yes, indeed. I wasn't talking about cycling on hills, Stu, and you're a very naughty man. Excellent, and I'm definitely back. You can all see me, you can all hear me. Splendid. Yes, Josh, this actually is a scented tea light, or no joking, it genuinely is scented. Niska, oh, excuse me, I hiccuped right in the middle of that. Good evening, Niska. How the devil are you? Hope you're well. The lovely Ange, Honourable Lady Angela, Minister for Prostitution and indeed orienteering. And don't forget, darlings, it's not long now until the 22nd of March, this very month. That means Sunday lunch in the peak, 12 o'clock at the Hyde on the Baslow Road, Derbyshire. I can't remember the postcode off the top of my head, but you can't miss it. It's part of the Chatsworth Estate Group, so you will be dining with royalty because ultimately it's owned by the Duke and Duchess of Devonshire. So there you go. And it's good food. It is good food. It's reared on their own grounds, so you couldn't get much more local. Obviously, it's incredibly organic. The animals are slaughtered by royal butlers dressed appropriately. I mean, you couldn't get, I mean, you know, we're talking posh and yet jolly reasonably priced, I'm delighted to add. And if you're able to, if you don't have to get your bums to work on a Monday or indeed a Tuesday, then you could join us for Matlock Monday and, you know, Monday Night Live, which is going to be an absolutely mad one. You would be welcome to one, to either, or to both. Oh, I'll tell you what, things are starting to catch up with me a little bit. I'm feeling a little bit weary tonight, darlings. But then I've not had a glass of wine yet, and no doubt a glass of the €4.25 El Plonco will no doubt perk me up a, oh yes, treat. One other thing to tell you. Right, let me know what you think of this, because Paul has his opinions. When we were sitting at La Marina at Puerto de Mazaron, when we were there having a lovely lunch yesterday, I got, I must have had, I haven't got data, by the way. I've turned roaming off on my phone because since Brexit, I have to bloody well pay for it. And, eh?
I don't.
You don't what?
Pay for my roaming.
How come?
Because I'm on a contract that I get free interweb all, pretty much all around the world. I can get it in America where a lot of contracts you have to pay for it.
Oh, I guess that because I wasn't going away last time I changed contract, I probably didn't think, but I'll look at changing it again now, because not having roaming is a pain in the ass. But I've remembered how I had Wi-Fi. I piggybacked off Paul's. I had to do it for him because, you know,
Technical stuff.
yeah, technical stuff, and he's a few years older than me. He won't mind me saying so, because obviously I'm only 37, and Paul's in his 40s, I think, early 40s, isn't it? Yeah, early 40s, possibly plus a bit of VAT for both of us. I got an email from the letting agency that I rent Windy Bottom from, and I thought, you know, you think, right, this is it, you see who it's from. And it said they wish to carry out a routine landlord's inspection. You know, which any of you who rent privately, you will know that is standard. It takes place once or twice a year, whatever it is. I wasn't expecting another one of those, because why would you do a routine landlord's inspection if you're about to or have already issued a Section 21 eviction notice? So it's got me thinking even more now. Right, I've not received my notice to quit when I was told to expect it, and now I've got a landlord's inspection arranged for later this month. Now, of course, the stupidly optimistic side of me thinks these are signs that a mind is potentially being changed. But then Paul brought me back down to earth and said, actually, a routine landlord's inspection makes all the sense in the world. Because if they do that before you get your notice to quit, so they can see exactly what state the place is in, if then when you do quit and hand the keys back, damage has been caused, then they will know that it's malicious because it wasn't there previously. It's damage that has occurred after the notice to quit has been served, and therefore malicious in intent in all probability. So let me know in the comments, what do you think? Do you think it's a sign that a mind may be being changed? Or conversely, is it a sign that my Section 21 notice is imminent and I will be getting it? The inspection is on the 17th of this month. And so do you think it's a sign that I'll be getting my Section 21 between that and the 27th of this month? Actually, now I'm saying that, that actually sounds really likely.
It's just come up, going to campus. I got a notice to quit today. I've got to be out by the 14th of April.
Oh shit. Oh, sorry to hear that, mate. Really sorry to hear that. There's going to be a lot of it going about, isn't there? Obviously, I did check up on this. The new legislation is coming in on May the 1st. However, any Section 21 that is issued prior to May the 21st remains valid after May the 21st. So it'll be valid unless you can reject, unless that is incorrect in some way, so that you can appeal it in court, and if it is incorrect, they won't be able to reissue a Section 21. They would have to wait and issue you with a Section 8 and have grounds for the Section 8. So May the 1st is D-Day, darlings, but landlords have got right literally up until May the 1st in order to issue a Section 21. So let me know in the comments, what do you think a routine landlord's inspection means, plus the fact that I haven't received it quite as expected. The more I think about it, the more I think, yeah, they're going to do a routine inspection, then they'll issue the Section 21. You know, they're a professional lettings agency. I wouldn't be surprised if it was their standard practice, because once Paul pointed that out, it made total sense to me. So maybe it is the sign that, yeah, I'll be getting it between the 17th and 27th of this month, which is March, which would mean I'd have, you know, 2 months, so until the end of May. But how can I grumble? God, that really is scented, that candle. How can I grumble? I've had so long to prepare for it, logistically and emotionally. But yeah, a part of me still has that insane little hope that maybe it won't happen. But it, well, we know it's going to. We know it will. I'm going to get a glass of wine, darlings. Talk amongst yourselves. He's my squire. He's my friend. I didn't need to buy 2 bottles of wine. I already had one here.
Yeah, I saw that when I put them in the fridge.
Never mind. I can just buy one tomorrow.
Well, you won't need to. There's only tomorrow night.
Well, we'll see how tonight goes.
There is that. Yeah, we'll see.
And tomorrow night might be a, you know.
Yeah, we've got to get to bed till on Friday.
Last night, yeah, nonetheless. Last night of the holes. You're going to have an extra glass, aren't you?
Yeah,
Well, I am.
I've got to be a little bit more careful tomorrow night.
Oh, yeah, you're driving, aren't you?
I'm driving, yeah.
All I've got to do is to just be awake enough to walk to the car.
Yeah. And I'm waking up to walk to the bin, because we've got to throw the rubbish out.
Oh, right, okay. And appear to be sober enough to be allowed on the plane.
Oh, they're not too fussy on that.
No.
Oh, God, I'll see people crawling on the plane. Well, there's an awful lot of people who are agreeing with me, unfortunately.
Yeah, when I actually said it out loud, your theory made a lot more sense than mine. Oh well. It's not like I didn't know it was coming, and it's not like I'm not prepared, is it? And it's not like it's going to be entirely a bad thing. It's going to be good for my wallet, my bank account, and above all, the people I owe money to. I bet they're, I mean, I'm joking, obviously, because they're friends, but I bet there's 3 people secretly thinking, I hope he gets evicted. If he keeps winning bum, and God knows when I'll get paid back. Don't worry, don't worry. Right, where were we? We were saying hello to Ange, weren't we? Let's have a bit of wine. I'm still so bloated and stuffed. I don't know how, I see people eat it at our place and I think, how do you do that? And, oh my God. I mean, I almost ate nothing at all because I made the mistake of thinking that their menu is the same as ours. Now, on our menu, a jalfrezi is a curry with no cream added to the sauce. It's spicy, quite hot. It's third in line in heat, only behind Madras and Vindaloo, because we don't do Fal or any of the silly made-up ones. So it's a pretty hot curry with, and it's not a creamy curry. There's no cream in it, no dairy. And I assumed that theirs would be the same. So I ordered jalfrezi. And when it came, it was as creamy as chicken tikka masala. So I thought, well, I can't eat that. But Paul, bless him, did a swap with me. So I had his shashlik, he had my jalfrezi, and I wolfed down a whole portion of shashlik with a whole naan bread. So that's my sugar and salt ration for the month. So no sugar and no salt for me for the rest of the month after eating a whole gun. Hey?
No sugar in your coffee.
Coffee is exempted. Coffee is exempt. Coffee is sacrosanct. Anyway, cheers, darlings. Your very good health. Bottoms up if you're lucky, lads. Up yours if you're not careful, ladies. Don't be taken unawares. Keep your hand on your halfpennies. Keep your wits about you. And above all, to each and every one of you, get stuffed. Oh, that went down a lot better than expected. Oh, that was very nice. Oh.
Excuse me. Do apologise.
That's a good date, isn't it, when it goes down a bit better than expected? Although it's very rude to refer to somebody as an it, of course.
Depends. A generalisation. Because you can't say him or her. If you just say it.
Well, no, you can't. That's objectification under those circumstances.
Maybe do not identify as either.
Then you would say they, not it.
I'd say it.
Yeah, well, you would be wrong, and you would be. What's the punishment these days? Cancelled. You would be cancelled.
Oh, what's new?
I was cancelled. I was permanently banned from the Power Sellers Board.
I got a few pink slaps.
Oh, I got the full ban. I got the full, whatever they called it.
Yeah, permanent lifetime ban.
Yeah. Until that board disappeared and a new one came back.
Yeah,
and then everything was forgiven. And everybody could come back, but it was shit, so none of us bothered. I took one look at it and I thought, nah, that's not what it used to be. Anyway, Dan Fango, a very good evening to you. Let's stick the old bins on, shall we? Make life a bit easier. Of course I'm coming back. I'll be back on Friday. What's the weather like, asked Susie Sunshine? Well, I looked in the mirror today and I noticed I got a tan yesterday. So that...
I did exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
So exactly the same. I felt a bit warm last night when I got back. And I looked in the mirror and said, oh, I actually caught a bit of sun yesterday.
Yeah, I was genuinely surprised at that.
Yeah.
That I looked in the mirror and I thought, bloody hell, I've got a holiday head on. So there you go. Today, kind of a little backward step, a little bit cooler. Still been 20 degrees. So it's not been cold, not by any means, not considering it's very, 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 very early in spring. Few drops of rain and sand, obviously. And there has been a bit of wind about. So not as good as yesterday, but, can't grumble. Although I don't know if people are winding me up or not, but they're saying it's beautiful in the UK and 23 degrees. Not sure how much I believe that, but I suppose it might well be true. Although, obviously, it'll be snow and ice when I get back on Friday, because that's the way that my luck goes. Oh, excuse me, that's a... Oh, here you go, Stu. It's ridiculously hot and sunny here. The restaurant looked nice on the video, say Susie. Yeah, that was the one, not the one we went to tonight that they were closed, but it's the one we went to the last 2 nights. The sausage, egg, and El Chippos. Yeah, I know. But it was there. It was on the menu. It's comfort food. I know. Shame me. I deserve it. But you know what? I really enjoyed it. And it was only about, I think it was €6. €6.50, something like that.
Can't remember, we can't refund it. I have to go back and pay again.
Yeah, I must say, I think this place is going to play a semi-regular part in the future, because I can't go back to Malta. Everybody's told me.
Yeah, it's a lifetime ban, that's why.
Sorry?
It's a lifetime ban, that's why.
No, it's just turned into a shithole. The Russians have turned it into a shithole. Even my favourite place, Glendy Bay. Customer came in and brought photographs for me to look at. And it's gone, everything's been built on. There are apartments blocks sky high that are just being bought by the Russians, and it's gone. It's just gone. I'd rather come here than Malta, because this is, apart from the bloody British and the poxy Irish bar, this looks like Malta did 10 years ago.
As we worked out earlier on tonight, it's a retirement home for the more mobile.
We did actually. We were talking about this over dinner, trying to figure this place out. Because I was amazed that Dean would have a place here, a villa here. Because I thought, well, is that rain outside? I left my scented candles out there. Oh my God!
That's rain in Spain. Yep, that's rain.
Well, it'll clean your terror off.
That'll wet it so I can mop it later tomorrow. It'll be covered in red sand.
Oh shit, yeah, of course it's going to dirty it, not clean it. Alright, well, that is now proper rain out there, darlings. That is proper rain. Proper rain. I've forgotten what I was talking to you about now, so, won't worry about it. Oh, yeah. So I was surprised that Dean would have a place here, but then I realised, well, he's my age. And thinking about it, it makes sense that you get your place out here while you're working in your 50s. And you settle in and you get your place all ready. And then when you retire, you move here, because there are legal and logistical reasons why it's a lot easier to move here after you retire than when you're still working, because you don't have to meet certain earning criterias. The big one is you don't have to have private health insurance once you're retired, because you have an entitlement to care via the UK NHS, but you don't get that before retirement, so you have to have private health insurance, and that's difficult in Spain if you've got pre-existing conditions. They don't like that.
Difficult, it's impossible.
Yeah, well, yeah, okay, for difficult, read impossible. So that seems to be a good way of going about it. You get the place in your 50s, use it as a holiday home, move here when you retire. In your early retirement, you volunteer, maybe as a first responder. The ambulances take a while to get here when you die of old age. So they have a volunteer quick response car or ambulance or whatever, run by volunteers, and they will get here before the ambulance, presumably to, I don't know, pickpocket your wallet or whatever it is they do when they rock up, and then the ambulance staff take over an hour or so later when they appear. So you do your volunteering there or at the dog rescue centre or in the charity shop or whatnot until you become really, really old yourself, and then you are the recipient of volunteers' work when you keel over and they come along, the first responders, the new young ones who are only in their late 60s. By this time you're 82 and you know you've totally had it. And when you keel, you know, when your body just says, has a look around at itself and the world and realizes how old it is and says, oh, fuck it, and goes like that, then the new volunteers will come, rifle through your pockets, take your wallet, just take the cash out, maybe one of the credit cards, pop it back, and then the ambulance staff will cart you off either to age concern or just directly to the funeral directors, which of course is next door, and you've got that on film today in case you thought that I was fibbling. So
you do realise why they pick your pocket?
Well,
They've got wine to pay for.
They've got what?
Wine to pay for.
Oh, well, that's fair enough then, isn't it?
Yep.
Maybe you could have a
don't
donor.
need any more, so it's all good for them.
You should carry a donor card, shouldn't you?
Share the wealth.
I would like somebody to help themselves to my wine after I'm dead. Yeah. So this place is starting to make sense. And on a serious note,
You want to have a bottle bin at the end of the road?
on a serious note, I can see how some people would love to inure themselves in all aspects of this community, and they would love going to the bingo at the Irish pub, and they would love going for their fully English breakfast at whatever one of the other places is called, and they would love the British this and the English that, and I can see why they would love that. But I can also see why people who think that that is horrendous could also make this place work for them, because it's quiet, it's respectful, it's respectable, it's friendly, and above all, it's warm. You're 15 minutes from beautiful beaches, you're 15 minutes from beautiful mountains. You've got amazing wildlife around, if that's your thing. We've got eagles around here, eagle owls, there are kestrels, there are peregrine falcons, yeah, all sorts around here. There are snakes that can have a go at killing you. And it's all cheap, you know, you can have a 3-bedroom villa here with front terrace, rear terrace and roof terrace with views for less than you could buy a 1-bedroom ex-council flat for in bloody King's Heath in Birmingham in the UK. So in many ways it's kind of a no-brainer. And, you know, if you didn't like all of the expat British community stuff, well, just go to the Spanish places. Avoid that shopping centre apart from the big supermarket. And just do other things. Go to the places like we went to for coffee the other morning, where it was proper rural Spanish. You know, you could easily do it. But
we drove through one or two typical Spanish villages today, and you turn around and went, I can't live here. And that was the little Spanish villages. And you're just like, no, straight away with that one.
I don't remember that.
We were on our early tour before lunch, and we didn't go on the motorway. Before I could have gone on the motorway, and we turned right. We were driving through it, and you're like, I couldn't live here, because there was nothing there.
Oh, right.
It's one of those where you've got little villages which have nothing. You've got the urbanisations like this, which are...
Can you guys actually hear Paul? He's a long way off the mic. Let me know if you can hear him.
We'll find out about an hour.
Carry on.
Where you've got your full English and your bingo, and it's trying to find the happy medium between the two.
Yeah, they can hear you.
Where you want everything, because people still want to live there. They still want the English facilities. Conversely, they still want the traditional facilities, and the older towns have both. In the older towns, I don't want a view of rooftops. It's something where both me and the boss lady agreed. There's no way we'd move into one of those places where you look out your window, where you go into your roof terrace, which is about the size of that table, and all you can see is rooftops. It's nah, not for us.
So, yeah, I can see that. I can see that people with different requirements could find a way to make this place work for them. I thought of another way today. There are so many places around here and throughout Spain where you could it's so easy to hang out in a motorhome. And it occurred to me that if you were going to spend part of your life motorhoming around Spain, this would be a perfect place to have as a base. And I'm sure that a lot of people do exactly that, because when you drive around this, whatever you want to call it, community, whatever, area, thing, estate, whatever you want to call it, there are a hell of a lot of motorhomes parked outside, villas, houses, whatever you want to call them, that are Spanish registered and clearly belong to the people in the home. And what a great base if you were motorhoming, because, assuming that you got a few bob, then they're affordable. You can, even now when prices have gone up, you can buy somewhere here for, what, 60, 65?
I saw one today advertised at 65.
There you go. There's one today advertised at 65 grand. Is that euro or pounds?
Euros, but you'll pay that in pounds.
Right, okay.
By the time you paid all the fees.
So there you go, somewhere, 65,000 quid. What can you buy in the UK for that? So you buy somewhere here, you have it as a base, you park your motorhome outside, and you could so easily bum around Spain in a motorhome because they're welcome everywhere. They're catered for. If you're not worried about having facilities and you're happy to wild park, there are millions of places you can park and it won't cost you a bean and you won't have to be stealth or anything like that. You're welcome. That's the way it works on the continent. They welcome and provide for motorhomes. I don't understand why you wouldn't do it, because they're going to put money into the community. They'll buy fuel, they'll use local shops, and let's face it, you're probably going to get them anyway, so you might as well welcome them, because even if you think that they're the enemy, then, as the artist formerly known as Mrs. Boaty always told me, you keep your friends close, but you keep your enemies closer, so you can keep an eye on the buggers and to some extent control them. So this would be a great base for your European motorhome. From the look of the stickers on the motorhomes, a lot of them go up and into France, because most of them had the French warning stickers on, the Angle Mort. And yeah, 65 grand, somewhere to park your motorhome. You can keep it plugged in, and you've got a place, an actual place as well. Where you can hang out when it suits you. And it's easily accessible. It's half an hour down the motorway from the airport. I can think of loads of scenarios that having a place here would make sense for people. And yeah, even I could find a way to make this place work for me and be happy here. Not full time, but part-time certainly. And as it is, then we'll see how things work out. But I wouldn't be surprised if I ended up visiting here maybe twice over winter. Why not? Come and spend a few days. And if I wasn't at the restaurant and I had a half-decent motorhome, I wouldn't think twice about coming down for 90 days over the worst of the winter. What a difference to roughing it out in the UK, eh? Right, we've got an intermission coming up at midnight, which is when I should be finishing, but of course I'm not going to, am I? Of course I'm not. But I'll whisk through some comments first. JB71, good evening. I haven't wrecked the joint, Dan Fango. Oh, camping under canvas, yeah, I'm really sorry to hear that. Oh, they're welcome to keep my deposit. It was only bloody pennies. Anyway, and that was 11 years ago. Forgotten all about that. Wouldn't be worried about that in the least. JB71 agrees. Yes, it's probably for the sale. You're probably right, Richard. The landlord would have contacted me if his mind was changed because I've been a good tenant. Yeah, you're all right. It's going to be the latter. Yes, Alison's agreeing. Everybody's telling me. Yeah, you're all correct. The Jamesy boy agrees. Caravan beckons. Yes. Thank God. Thank God I've got the Caravan. What hassle, Frankie Boy? There is no hassle. Where's the hassle? You're probably right, Susie Sunshine. I tend to agree. Ah, right, you've got a check out inspection. Right, okay. Well, I think I kind of knew about that. But Emma, you missed it. I've just got a standard landlord's inspection, the routine one. Nothing different from the norm. I just assumed that as I was being evicted, they wouldn't bother doing one this year. It seems it only happens once a year or once every 2 years. I can't remember which. And it just seemed to me odd that they would bother to take the time to do one when I'm being kicked out anyway. And okay, I take the point about, checking for potential damage, but, damage done is damage done, isn't it? What's the worst they can do? Keep the deposit, which they'd be welcome to. I've long since forgotten about that. Or I suppose they could, if they had an address for you, they could chase you for costs if you did wreck the place. But of course I haven't. Boaty, remember travel gifts. What travel gifts? I don't know what that means. David Booth says, hi Boaty, love your videos. Thank you. And been following you now for about 6 months. Again, thank you. Why don't you just email the letting agent and ask them what's going on? You're running along on assumptions. Well, because that would be sensible, and I'm not very good at doing sensible, but obviously if they're coming to do a landlord's inspection, I'll have a chat with them. Of course I will. And you're assuming that they know. They might not know. They might have been told by the landlord that that's the plan, and they might have not have been instructed to do it yet, but they might not know why. They might be expecting it any moment. They could be as confused as I am. And to whoever said that the landlord would get in touch directly, obviously he knows where I live, but I don't know if he's still got my phone number. I've certainly lost his. We used to have each other's details, but we haven't spoken to each other for a long time, years and years and years, because there's been no need. We've just cracked on, so yeah, I haven't got a clue, but we'll find out at some point, no doubt. Oh, well done, Stu. Chinese chicken curry, and you used the Mayflower curry sauce. It's all right, that stuff. It's all right, that stuff. Not the one that I use, but I'm sure it's perfectly okay. Oh, yeah, I don't care about my hair. I don't care. Oh, it was warm this afternoon, says Barry Scratter. Good evening, Emma Lemon of the eponymous YouTube channel, Emma Lemon, by the way. Oh, you put a greenhouse up today and you're trying to grow veg for the first time, Joanne. Good luck. Good luck with that. A few of you have been doing some gardening and sowing seeds and stuff. Speaking of Malta, I would like to visit the place where they filmed the Popeye movie. It's not difficult to find. Oh, right, oh, you're not joking then. It really has been lovely weather there. Well, it's been less good as usual here. Oh, well, there we are. There we are. You know what this means, darlings? Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. It's been an hour, so I thought I'd better let you get off the thing.
Thank you very much indeed. Very much appreciated.
It was raining earlier, so you'd have only got wet, wouldn't you?
That's true, and I can't hear the noise now, so hopefully it stopped.
Oh, dear. What I'm going to talk about, I have no damn idea. But, yeah, anyone doing anything good today in chat? Good evening, Sue. Good evening, Sue. Jonathan, yes, I'm just reading the comments now, my friend. You-hoo imposter. Hope you're well, my friend. Evening, Nick. Yeah. I'm camping under canvas. Good evening. Yeah. I was wondering, though, whether I should phone up or not, you know, but I can't watch the man jumping and jittering about all over the show because what I've been up to today, Dan Fango, I've been getting some bad news from the garage. That's what I've been up to today.
Still gives me a thing saying I've got a motorhome. Well, you don't say that, but you casually. Oh, I might get away with my...
What's it? I took the car in because it was misbehaving and took it to the garage on Monday. They phoned me today telling me that the cooling fan has gone on the radiator and also the diesel particulate filter has gone.
Okay, she looks a bit pants from the outside and she's horrible to drive. No, that's wrong. She's enjoyably quirky to drive.
No, Barry, it's still down at the garage. They're going to check out prices tomorrow and ring me back. But I looked at like the RAC and the AA, and they reckon that these particular filters range from 1,000 to 3,500.
Absolutely stunning. And everything you could want in her now. She's better equipped than this place because she's got a microwave. And an air fryer.
DPF delete on it. What do you mean, Nick? DPF delete. Yeah. Yeah. Joanne, who's Frank Sidebottom? I'm old, but I've never heard of him. Mind you, you forget a lot when you get old, don't you? Yeah. Oh, is that what he meant, was it, Stu? All right. Yeah, well, I'll wait and see tomorrow what they come back with, what prices they come back with first. Because it's getting to the stage of either repair or scrap, you know what I mean? But I've put enough money into it as it is, so it might be a bit silly just scrapping it. So that was my exciting day. Yeah. It's all right for some out there on the terrace, smoking. Yes. I wonder if he changes into a smoking jacket before he goes out. I'd love to, Paulie, but I can't afford the tax, bud.
How old are you actually? We're about the same, aren't we? Only a couple. 57. Oh yeah, literally 2 years.
No, JBW, yeah, the car wasn't overheating. What it was, I'll try and make it quick. We were going towards the shopping centre and it suddenly, you know how it jerks, like if it's running out of fuel or something like that. It wasn't that because I'd just filled the tank up. And it was jerking as if it was hitting a brick object, you know, just real bad bangs. So he said it was the, yeah. So they reckon it's the DPF.
I have a question for you. Why is
Yeah.
an oven clock on UK time?
I'll find out tomorrow, Carl, whether they can do a force region. But they reckon it's totally blocked with ash, so we'll see what.
No, that's when it came on, but the power will come back on.
Yeah, imposter, that's part of the problem. I've only been using it for short trips.
We've not had a power cut since we've been here.
No, we get random power cuts here.
You don't know how to change it, do you?
I do, but I've got to play with it for a while to change it, and I can't be asked.
Oh, Barry, you've got to have a clutch release bearing done. Oh, God, that's good.
Sounds a bit
But at
like
least
my
it's not only me
masturbation
bad things
technique.
happening too.
You have to play with it a while, I just can't be asked.
Right. Now, mine host is back. I shall drop the call.
Bless
Let him
you,
get on
thank
with
you, Tony. You are a legend as always, and I enjoyed the car
All
update.
right.
Thank you very much.
Okay, see you in a bit.
Take care, buddy. Bye bye. Oh, and I'd just like to say a massive thank you to everybody who gave me grief in the comments on today's video. That's not what I'd call a holiday. Well, we didn't call this a holiday, did we?
It's a midweek break.
Yeah, it's a midweek break. I never thought of this as a holiday. Just thought, yeah, it's a break, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what it's to be. It's bumming around in Spain for a few days.
Yeah, it's exactly that. Bumming around in Spain for a few days, drinking very acceptable wine at half the price it would be in the UK, and eating far too much, and well, in theory enjoying better weather, but I think we've shit out on that one. Next time, eh? What else did I get? Oh yeah, but then so I had somebody telling me that's not what I'd call a holiday. For God's sake, a sleepless night, having to hang around with dirty people who probably haven't washed in a security queue, and then all those dreadful British people. Oh, unless it's a 3-month cruise, I am not going to call that a holiday. And then the next comment says, you're having a holiday. Stop whinging, you miserable. You can't bloody win, can you? Eh? You cannot win. Oh, JB71, that must have been emotionally a bit tough, I imagine. Oh, you'll miss your garden, won't you, Ems? I miss the garden videos. Oh, I'd love to live at the Grand in Llandudno. I'd love that. Yeah, if I was going to be homeless, I'd probably do it in Llandudno, because I might get put up there. Love your specs, says Joanne Hill. They suit you. Oh my God, that's concerning. I mean, I just look like Ronnie Corbett if he'd been homeless for 6 weeks, living in a large industrial waste bin. I've been to Spain once, says T. Cole, but I've been to Portugal 4 times. Well, that means that you love Portugal 4 times more than you love Spain, I imagine. God, I don't think I look intelligent in anything, Joanne. Emma loves the Manning glasses. Olive in on the buses wore glasses. She did indeed. And, adds Nick Perry, she ate pickled onions in bed. Oh, yes, absolutely. Emma did buy these for me and sent them to me. So I've got her to thank for the gift of being able to read. Boaty's in Spain because she's on the Epstein list. Unfortunately, I didn't get to move in those exalted circles. But I'll tell you one thing, and this is serious. If I had have been involved with that criminal, let's call a spade, if I had been involved in that scheme of things involving, lavish parties, private jets, huge private yachts, and beautiful women all above the age of consent, for whatever reason, being prepared to do rude things to you, I would have enjoyed every single minute of it, I think. Hang on, let me think about that. Yep. Let me think. Private jets, yeah. Yachts, yes. Free drink, food, yeah. Yeah, doesn't sound bad to me. And of course, now obviously, if there was anything illegal going on, then obviously that would be a different kettle of halibut. That is absolutely, reprehensible, wrong on every level, no argument, and certainly anything like trafficking, any of that. But generally speaking, just that scene where you get rich people, yachts, private jets, like Formula One drivers and that kind of thing, elite businessmen, all of that. And you get the groupie types of women who are just happy to be part of that circle when they're not really part of it, and they're happy to, yeah, I would enjoy that very much. Oh, the wine is starting to, the shashlik has made a little bit of room for the wine, and I'm grateful for that.
It's just soaking into the naan bread.
Yeah. Yeah, tomorrow could be. Yeah, they might do, Emma. They might just have to do the usual yearly inspection as you're still there. I had my gas safety inspection the other week as well. Are there memberships running out tonight? Are we going to see fewer green names over the next few doors? The lovely Sue of the Sue Outside Show is with us. How are you, my lovely? I've got a couple of your videos to catch up on, which I will do when I'm back in the UK, I suspect. Excuse me. Tonight's going to be the night of the big zonk, isn't it? Tonight's going to be the night where I just go to bed and fall asleep and don't want to get up in the morning. David, Nick Perry, good one. David Dickinson's had a rough night. The Duke, he's lovely. I used to know him a little bit. I certainly knew his wife. Oh, not like that. She was a singist, a very well-known singist on the cabaret circuit. Mandy Mc26, good evening to you. Oh, people have been watching. Oh, and Sue, congratulations again. You've reached your 1,000 subscribers. Well done. And the last time you said you were just 300 watch hours away. So if it hasn't happened already, then the YouTube Partner Program, or in basic terms, monetization, are just around the corner for our Sue, and very well deserved they will be too. I've never eaten a hot cross bun. Well, you know the problem with the DPF tonic, as I'm sure you know, um, the car needs a decent run at a decent speed because it needs to reach a certain heat for a certain length of time, doesn't it? You would do the car a favour if you jumped in it once a week and took it for a, you know, maximum legal speed.
Spirited drive.
Yeah, a spirited drive, or, you know, at least sit at 70 on the dual carriageway or motorway for, I don't know, 10 miles, be on the safe side. Ah, Alan Simpson, good evening to you. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Oh, a few car troubles knocking around. Jimmy, Quinn, that's exceedingly kind. Boaty, I thought it was one of your best videos and it wasn't shit. Well, praise doesn't come much higher than that from the good JQ. Tomorrow's is better. My favourite bit about today's video, I thought I did a nice job of nailing the takeoff and landing as best as you can from a tiny window, you know. I thought I did that all right. I enjoyed watching that back, if I'm honest. And I got some nice atmospheric shots of the sunrise, and I was very happy with those as well. Obviously, I've looked at today's video in the edit. I had to be a little bit ruthless in the edit, but it's a nice video. The one that you'll see tomorrow, I mean. The next one that you'll see is a bit more like that, but hey ho. Hey ho. I mean, it's going to be all changed again soon, isn't it? On Friday, I'll be heading back. And hopefully, what's the weather like for next Monday, darlings?
Snow.
Fuck off. So next Monday, we're going to be getting in the swing of things, hopefully. Next Monday should be a motorhome Monday, a NETTY day. We will get away in NETTY. It will actually happen, and it will be wonderful. And then from the sound of all of your opinions, which I agree with, we're going to be in ROGERBOTTY very soon, and van life, or my own version of it, is going to commence. Van life with dignity and style is going to be what we are aiming for, and will hopefully achieve with the side effects of starting to clamber out of debt and move towards a new lifestyle, a new way of living. And I'm not going to say bring it on or I'm dreading it or anything like that. It's going to happen, and what can you do other than, you don't even jump in or whatever. It's going to happen, and you just see how it goes and adapt, improvise, and hopefully make the best of it. But, you know, we've been given two gifts with all of this. One is the gift of loads of advance warning so that we can be well and truly set up. And prepared. And the other is the gift of it's going to happen in late spring, early summer. So if you're going to start a life with it, which involves you living in a caravan and partly in a motorhome, then what better time to do it than late spring or early summer? And then by the time all of the nasty stuff kicks in, hopefully we'll have got our head around how to do it, and we will have fallen in love with it, and we will be saving for a Bedford Bambi. There is going to be a Bedford Bambi. We'll go away in it one night.
Well, you and me.
Yeah.
Is there enough room for a youth in there? And there's a problem with that though. It's only got 6 foot sleeping length, I believe.
Yeah.
And neither of us is 6 foot.
No.
How the hell, other than spooning, are we both going to fit in it?
The only way I can answer that is to say, I don't know, little spoon. What? You know what they say? Where there's a willy, there's a way.
Oh, definitely. And where there's a will, there's a greedy relative.
Yeah, exactly. We might have to get an awning.
Might be an idea.
Yeah.
And go and winch wall.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. That would be a laugh though, wouldn't it?
Oh, God, yes. Yeah, I'll talk to you about sooty vans later about that one.
No, Jonathan, I'm not going to be homeless. I'm going to have 2 homes to begin with, and there will be other temporary homes coming along in the years to come. There'll be a Bedford Bambi. There will be, I haven't worked out names for all of these yet. I've planned the future, darlings. There will be a more modern Peugeot Boxer motorhome, and that'll be the one that comes down here to Spain in the winter when I've left the restaurant. And of course, there will be a community caravan, which I'm a member of the community. If the community caravan ends up in Edam, I'm as entitled to have a night or two there. I'm as entitled as any of the rest of you. So when none of you lot are using it, it'll be my temporary home as well. Lots to look forward to. Can you give us a close-up of your glasses, Boaty? Okay. Oh, God. Don't stand up when you're wearing them. There you go. One close-up. They are, of course, I don't like to show off about this, but they are, of course, Bausch and Lomb. Or, if you're not familiar, Ray-Ban. Have you had a Spanish lemon Fanta yet? It's a wonderful thing. I haven't, Alan Simpson. I haven't. Good evening, Boaty and chat, says the lovely Paola, who, as always, is full of hope. Full of hope. That's what she is. Oh, Barry. Oh, that's bad news. Well, fingers crossed that it's the cheaper of the options. I wonder if Andy Mountbatten anything ever went to Enigma Spa. I would imagine not, because if you recall, we perused the goods available at Enigma Spa, and well, honestly, they would have had to pay me rather than vice versa. I very much doubt that the former prince would have had much interest in going there. Oh, Sue's off to sleep, and who can blame her? Yeah, catch you later, my lovely. Hope you're well. Somebody has been a member for 15 months, and I'll find out who it is very soon. Dun, 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 dun. No point in the diesel if you don't do the miles. There's some truth in that, because it's not just the it's the problem when they don't get used, these modern diesels. Sherry says, good evening, Sherry. I always thought You were going to a friend who lived in Spain permanently, but I realise now apparently it's a Brit mate who just visits Spain and took you along. Not quite. He owns a property here in Spain. In fact, he owns this property. He just doesn't live here full time currently, although he will live here full time at some point, but not at the moment. He just visits his home here whenever he can, and when he's not here, he's back in the UK at one of his 3 homes there. He likes to have a choice, but as he always says, home is where the knackered old slippers are. They've seen better days of those.
They are knackered, aren't they?
Hey Siri, should Paul buy new slippers?
Okay, I found this on the web for should Paul buy new slippers. Check it out.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey Siri, am I handsome?
I think you're great just the way you are.
Ah, thank you.
Cop-out answer, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Don't mention it.
Cop-out.
Yeah, it is.
However, a bit of plastic surgery wouldn't do any harm. That's
True.
basically what that said.
Yeah. Well, basically, I think you'll find you the way you are is, look, you're ugly, but I'm your friend, so I don't mind that you're ugly, and it's not like I'm ever going to have to sleep with you.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like being married again.
Yeah.
Oh, now we're talking about clutches. And it was Steve Colg, who has been a Momo and Chutney top level, top tier, top of the range, channel member for no fewer than 15 months. And thank you so much for the support. I'm an Imposter has been a member for 13 months. And thank you for the support as well. If anyone is at all interested, says Mark Passat, Mr. Joseph Lloyd of the eponymous YouTube channel, Lloyd Vehicle Consulting, has reviewed the 2016 Skoda Octavia 1.4 he sourced for me last year. It's worth a watch, but I would say that. Well, there you are. Right, there we are. Well, I've caught up with the comments, darlings, and it's another half hour. It's 00:31. So I'm going to go for a quick half, and I'll be back in a moment. You might want to put the kettle on, or have a wee, or scratch yourself in, quite frankly, an intimate area. We all have needs. And it is only a half, so I won't be too long. Oh, is that the Honourable Minister for Interruptions? Speaker.
Speaker, where's speaker? That one there. There we go.
Oh, is that you, Paul?
It is indeedy for 30 seconds while I'm rolling a scented candle.
Well, you're rolling a cig. Yeah, I just thought I'd better ring in because he looked a bit desperate, you know. So.
Well, I might as well have a full one now. I've got now my co-host is standing in. I'll save the half.
The standard look is looking desperate. That's the thing. That's what you've got to remember.
I am desperate.
Yeah. Right, so as I was saying with the car, I'm going to wait till tomorrow and see what they say. Ask them if they can possibly clean it out, and if they can't, I'll see what prices they come up with when shopping about.
So I'm about to go for a cigarette as well.
Scented candle.
Sorry.
say Colg is psychic. No, psychotic maybe, but not psychic. Remember, see, I can see your post. Imposter, what a question to ask. Does anyone sniff their fingers after scratching the bum? No, that's not a thing I tend to do. Jonathan, you're saying get him to bypass the DPF, but you can't. It wouldn't be legal to drive if it didn't have the DPF on and working. Yeah, I could sell it to Boaty, couldn't I? He wanted a 3008. Yeah, but like I was saying earlier, you know, I'd rather shop around and where they're going, like the AA and RAC are saying £1,000 to £3,500. They can be got for like 400 to 700 quid. But I can't buy it, take it to the garage and expect them to fit it. You know, so I'm going to let them do the shopping around. No, Steve, I don't do the mushrooms, my mate. No, ask Stu. He knows a lot about mushrooms. What's that? We're all psychos on here, Tonic. No, I can count myself out with that. I'm not psycho. No, definitely not. I've got a certificate saying I'm not. Yeah, Paulie, you're right. A small petrol car would be good. It's just that at the time we needed a car and this one came up. And like I said, because I've got problems with mobility, this one's easy to get in and out of. Plus it's cheap to tax. So, you know. Jimmy, yeah, I know what you mean, mate, but at the moment it's been down at the garage since Monday, so I can't really go down and say, right, sod it, I want it back, because they've taken it apart to have a look at it, so. Barry, stop tempting me. You cheeky sod, Stu. Jonathan, no, I can't get a mobility car, mate, because I can't claim PIP. Paulie, I've not actually checked into that, bud. You know, I'm not complaining about 35 quid a year. That's nothing, is it, really?
I never ever say that on the live stream.
Yeah.
Something's just...
Yes. Cannot be said.
Yeah, I can hear voices.
If I said that, I'd be a little bit drunk and I'd give her name as well. Her initials were DLT.
Yeah, it must be around somewhere.
The hairy cornflake from down the M1. Or whatever it was called. Thank you, Tonic, my friend. As always, it is very much appreciated.
Okay, mate, I'll drop the call now, fella.
Thanks,
See you
matey.
later.
You take care. Good luck with the car.
Ta.
I'm still stuffed. I'm not going to be having... I've been having a little emergency supper every night. Half a ham and crisp sandwich has been my nightly supper, because obviously I normally have my meal after the live stream, Well, I've been civilised, haven't I, these last few days, and we've been going out to dinner of an evening, quite an early evening as well. There will be no supper tonight. Are you feeling absolutely podged as well?
Yes. Totally nuts me tonight.
Yeah. I'm struggling to get the wine down, let alone actual food. Can't even think about it.
I think that's only number 2, which is disgraceful.
Well, if you average it out, then you're doing all right, because last night you put in some plucky work with me. I got up this morning and I was making coffee and I counted the empties next to the fridge and I thought, fair play, fair play to that man. And then my immediate second thought was, we probably won't be leaving very early today. Right, where were we on the comments when I left? Somewhere around here. God, I am stuffed. Oh, outrageous. Tonic sold the car to Boaty. He wanted a 3008. A 3008 will probably be the next car that I buy. It's all theoretical at the moment, obviously, because there are no funds. It has just turned the 5th of March. Now, the seasonal pitch payment, which will be, thank you God, and thank you guys, and thank you YouTube, and thank you everything and everybody that's somehow enabled me to pay these seasonal pitch payments. But it should have gone out on the 3rd. From experience, I know it will go out Friday morning. It'll go out on the 6th. And then that's it. That's the rest of this year's seasonal pitch all paid for. Oh, thank you, mate. That's thoughtful. So, yeah, we are clear until, is it the beginning of November? Yeah, it's the end of October, isn't it? And then it's November and December that there is no seasonal. Now, depending on what happens, I will decide about whether to continue the seasonal at Lickpenny or look at moving elsewhere, but that's quite a few months down the line. The payment will go out and the money is there. It was. Let's have a look. God, that was slow. Yeah, the money is there. Not entirely, but I've got an overdraft facility. So nothing else big is due to go out tomorrow. There might be a couple of smallish bits. So the money's there. It's going to put me in overdraft, but you know, that's nothing new. And that should go out not tomorrow. Well, technically tomorrow, Friday, and then that's it. We're free and clear. Yeah, that'll be the seasonal sorted. That is ours, done, bought and paid for through until the end of October. Now, this year, obviously, I've not had the full value for money out of it. I'm absolutely fine with that. A lot of you have said, you know, you're crazy to stay in Windy Bum. You're paying for ROGERBOTTY, the seasonal pitch, and Windy Bum. You're right, but it has suited me to do it like this. we're going to be doing this a long way going forward. I'm not going to lose sleep over a few months. I'm grateful that I've been able to do it, although obviously it has been a struggle. I'm not going to lose sleep over the fact that I could have done it more cheaply, because that would have meant doing it more uncomfortably, both logistically and, more importantly to me, emotionally. I know this has all been said before, but the comments keep on coming in, so I will reiterate that it's been a conscious choice to do it this way, and I would do the same again. Now, going forward, of course, we will get absolutely full value for money out of the seasonal pitch, because we're going to be there every night that we are legally allowed to be there. And of course, as soon as Windy Bum goes, if not sooner, then that's what we're going to be doing for the rest of this year as well. There's no news of Omrit exchanging contents and getting his hands on the house as yet. So again, that suits, because if you weren't aware, then Omrit's going to have all of my furniture. And that can't leave Windy Bum and go to him until A, I've been given the thing that says, yeah, you have to go, because you never know in life. I'm not going to empty Windy Bum until I know I have to, just in case. But that's all working out as well, because there's nowhere for it to go to, because Omrit hasn't got the keys to his place yet. And that could still be a month or two off. So it's all working out okay. And I've still got access to a nice dining table, a bath and a washing machine. But as the weather starts to change, I confidently predict that I'll be spending, even if I've still got Windy Bum, I'll be spending more time at ROGERBOTTY for no other reason than I want to. I've had one day of half decent weather there, and I loved being there. I loved that day, that Tuesday. It was the Tuesday after the aborted night with NETTY. But that Tuesday was fantastic, and it's only going to get better going forward. So I think things are working out in the way that they should, and I think they've worked out in the best way. Maybe not financially, but emotionally, and I'll take that. Oh, but going back to the original point, at some point there will be another car, and a 3008 is kind of top of the list at the moment, and that will be the that would be the daily. It'd be the 16 HDi. It might fulfill some other duties as well, but yeah, but obviously that's going forward a bit, because you know, you need money to buy cars, don't you? Hubnut's flogging his Umber car. He was flogging that ages ago. Is nobody buying it? How much does he want for it? Oh yeah, he used to get 5p. Well, I think it was 2p a bottle, but it probably went up to 5p. Jimmy, it is difficult to get the white down. I would the wine down. I've been going almost 2 hours, and you all know that I've nailed the bottle well within 2 hours. I'm not close to nailing it yet. I've really been on a go slow. Oh dear. Yeah, the old ones are the best. Matron, community matriarch, and of course owner, operator of the Community Bosom. Good evening to you, my lovely. Absolutely, Mark Prasad, absolutely. Yeah, having the security of that, I mean, it's worked out beautifully, and, you know, it's not like we've even looked out having Lickpenny as the local one that's on the doorstep, because it is a fantastic site and it is transformed in decent weather. That's something I thought of on that Tuesday. I thought back to the night that I stayed there in Netty, and if you watch that video from last, whenever it was, October, I think it was October, could have been late September. No, it must have been October. I didn't get the letter until October, did I? I can't remember now. But if you watch that video when I spent the night there in Netty, I thought the place was amazing. Now, admittedly, they have cut the hedges down since then, and I loved those high hedges and the privacy they afforded. But as somebody pointed out, can't remember who it was, might have been Sue or Ange or Jen or something, if they hadn't have been cut down, you'd get no sun at all to Netty and oh, and as I said to Paul outside, I'm glad the weather in the UK has been good, because Netty will be lovely and warm and dry. I have heard from Chris. I sent him a few pics, and he's ready to book me in as soon as we get some decent days once I'm back. So I'll ping him back, let him know I'll be back on Friday. Ask him to try and avoid Monday and Tuesday, if possible, because I do want to get away. And isn't it nice and good for you and healthy and wonderful to have something to look forward to? And that's not the worst way to go through life, actually. To go from something that you've been looking forward to looking forward to the next thing, if you're lucky enough to be able to make that happen. And so, yeah, I will be leaving this place, which I've become very fond of this in a very short space of time. And I'll be getting on a plane and heading back to the UK. But it's been fantastic. And I'll be looking forward to seeing the guys at work. I'll be looking forward to earning money rather than spending money. Not that I've spent much, thanks to Paul here. And before you know it, it's going to be Monday, and I'm going to be heading off, please God, touch wood, heading off in Netty for the first time for too long. Well, we headed off in the other Monday, didn't we? We just didn't get to stay away. So I will play it safe on Monday. I will go to a Caravan and Motorhome Club site. Haven't decided which one yet, but I'm determined to get the night away. It won't be the Furs, because they are not opening until April. And very controversially, they put a Facebook post out today announcing or reminding people of when they're opening, 1st of April, but also announcing that this season ahead, 2026, they are experimenting with becoming an adults-only site. And they were getting a bit of shit in the comments, to be honest. The first comment that I saw was, what a mistake to make a Lickpenny it is for us then this year. Selfishly, I hope that Lickpenny do the same, because adult-only sites are quieter, more peaceful, but I'm not really that bothered. Well, actually, I'm not bothered about it at all, to be honest. I'm a night owl and a good sleeper, so kids aren't around when I get home from work and do my thing and my live stream and my relaxing. And if they want to gamble and play in the mornings, then let them get on with it. They ain't going to wake me up. So it's no skin off my fore either way. But yeah, they were getting some grief for it. And I can kind of see why, because not every family that has young kids are a kind of Butlins or caravan park equivalent of Butlins type of people. You know the caravan parks I'm talking about, the places along the north coast of Wales, around Tywyn, Rhyl, Prestatyn, and there were. I stayed in one, unbelievably. You won't believe it, but I did. It was in my early days at the car place, and I was seeing a girl called Natasha. um, and I was transitioning from a council house rat, as they were termed, secondary modern shit, and I was transitioning back into being middle class and learning to move into a different strata of society as an adult. And I'm sorry if that sounds poncy, but it's the truth of it. But Natasha was still where I had come from, working class council estate. Nothing wrong with that, of course. And she was a lovely girl and very fit and jolly good in bed and all of that kind of thing, and very sweet. Oddly enough, again, this is a truth that I've only just remembered. I can't remember, I don't think she worked when I met her. In fact, I'm sure she didn't. But she went on to work as an agency care assistant. And she did at least one shift, if not more, at my mother's place. And now, my first date with Natasha, and I met her, if you know Redditch, it's not there anymore, it's been built on, but I met her in the car park of a pub called the Star and Garter, which was at the top of, was it Rough Hill Drive? And it's not there now, I know it's not there now, I've seen it's been built on, it's houses or flats or something. But I met her there, and I was driving, I can't remember the name of the colour, but I was driving a black Shadow 2 Rolls Royce, and I took her to the Bel Air, which was kind of my place for quite a few years. It's the nightclub attached to the Belfry. And, that was it. That was the first date, and we saw each other for a good while. And the reason I was telling you about that was her family had booked their summer holidays to a caravan park in just outside Rill or just outside Prestatyn or Tywyn, I think it was. There's more than one Tywyn in Wales, but it's the little Tywyn on the north coast. I think it's in between Rill and Prestatyn. And I was put under some pressure to go, and I did. And I lasted one night, and I didn't even make my excuses. I just said, I'm really sorry, this is absolutely dreadful, and I'm off. Now, it worked out okay because what I actually did was I didn't go home. I wasn't staying there for the whole time that they were there. They were there for the whole 2 weeks. I struggled to do one night. So I was only there for 3 nights or something anyway, managed to wangle a bit of time away. Actually, it might have only been 2 nights, now I think about it. So the second night, I took Natasha to Llandudno, and we stayed in a nice hotel in Llandudno. Then I dropped her back at the bloody caravan site and went home and back to work. But this was the bit I've just remembered, completely true. She did a shift at Mum's place, and when they were sitting having a break, this was a night shift. And Mum was really good at running night shifts. She made them work, but they worked for their own benefit. So they didn't slack off. They worked, and they worked properly, and they looked after the residents properly because Mum was old school stickler. But she would, because they were working not like a normal night shift, they were working properly. Mum would give them all an hour in turn. They would never all be on shift at the same time. One of them, because they're working properly, fully, one of them would sleep for an hour or rest or do whatever they wanted. And then they'd go back and put in the full thing, and somebody else would have an hour's rest. And there would be a period where, obviously being on the alert for residents' needs and emergencies and whatnot, where they would stop and have something to eat halfway through and have a chat. And I don't know what they were, it was, obviously this is secondhand, it was my mum who told me. And she said, we were doing this last night and we had our break and whatnot, and there was this girl there, and we were talking about, I can't remember what led up to it. She said, oh, well, I once had a date with a posh man. His name was, I'll never forget it, his name was Jason Parry Hughes, and he turned up in a Rolls Royce, and he took me to a nightclub at the Belfry Golf Club called the Bel Air. And then she said something like, you probably think I'm not telling the truth, but honestly, it happened. And Mum said, yeah, I know it happened. That's my son. And you have to love things like that, don't you? And I did tell Mum about it because my mum was my best friend, so she would genuinely have known about it. Hey ho. How are we doing time-wise? Okay, we're coming up for 2 hours, darlings. It is about to turn midnight your time. It's about to turn 1 a.m. our time. So, time to start saying your good night. I will catch up with the comments, and then that's pretty much going to be that, and we will reconvene tomorrow night. Now, I'll give you warning in advance. I think tomorrow night, 3, 2, 1... Tomorrow night's going to be my last night here. Quite possibly probably not my last night here. I'm pretty sure that one way or another, sometime I'm bound to come back here. Maybe not here, although, you know, if the invite was over there, I absolutely would. But I liked the area. I loved that. Oh, you've not seen it yet. You'll see the video tomorrow. I loved the beachy place, proper Spanish. I loved that bar. I loved the mountains, the Sierra, whatever they were. I'd love to explore this place more. I'd love to have the freedom of being here on my own with a car, and just have a day where I just drive 200 or 300 miles and just explore with, you know, with the camera on. There's so much around here I'd love to see. I'd love to drive down to, how do you pronounce it?
What, on the way back?
No, where Richard is.
Oh, Mahaka.
Mahaka. I'd love to drive down to Mahaka and catch up with Richard, who was a massive part of my life and who owns the big radio station down there now. I'd love to come back here and catch up with Dean, you know, the guy who organised my stag do, who I was so close to, and he owns a property literally just a few hundred yards that way. And I would love to come here in a motorhome. I'd love to have a drive down through France, through Spain, in a motorhome that was capable of doing it, obviously. And I would love to bum around here over winter. Not just 1 year, I'd like to do it multiple years. So it's not the last time I'm ever going to spend time in this place. I'm confident of that. But it will be, tomorrow night will be the last time for this trip. So tomorrow night's live stream is going to be 11 o'clock local time, 10 o'clock your time, not the 9 o'clock that we did for the first couple of nights. I'm going to enjoy the extra hour out on the town. I imagine we'll end up we'll be back at Fiesta tomorrow, won't we? Yeah. And then that will be it. That will be tomorrow night will be the last live from Spain for a while. But, you know, Monday, you're going to have the first Monday night live from the motorhome for this year, and probably, you know, it might be knocking on 5 months since you had a live from the motorhome. A bit mad, considering there used to be more Mondays than not, didn't they? Last summer and autumn, and what with one thing and another, they kind of stopped being a thing, sadly. Well, they're going to become a thing again. And on the 23rd of this month, you're going to have probably one of the maddest lives ever, when at the very least you're going to have Ange and Jen, and you know what that pair are like when they get together, especially when they're pissed. Me, Tonic, and God knows who else are going to be in ROGERBOTTY that night, and it's going to be mad. So there's plenty to be looking forward to. So start saying your good night. Remember that it'll be the last night here on this trip tomorrow, and it will be 11 o'clock local time, 10 o'clock your time. Do start saying your good nights, darlings. I will catch up with the comments, and then we can all, in the nicest possible way, sod off. So that's it. We have waved away Wednesday, and we are now welcoming in Thursday. I'm an hour ahead of you. I welcomed Thursday in an hour ago, but you've all caught up now. Right then. Oh, that's good, Emma. Take advantage of it and get yourself off to sleep. Oh, you want £5 for the Invercar? I don't know what they're worth. I don't know what they're worth. They're probably worth what somebody will pay for them. I bet it's good fun though, isn't it? I love Paul's candle holder, says Paula. It's perfectly pleasant, isn't it? It's perfectly pleasant. Emma Lemon of the eponymous YouTube channel Emma Lemon says, if I don't find somewhere to live soon, I'm going to move in with you, Boaty. Hope that's okay. I've already offered you the caravan. If you were genuinely stuck for somewhere, of course you would have the caravan and I'd move into Netty. Or if I still had Windy Bum, you could have Windy Bum or the caravan, your choice, and I'd live in the other one. Obviously, you know, totally, obviously I wouldn't see you on the street. I mean, I was thinking about this actually, and obviously I know that you desperately want to stay where you are for the sake of the school and whatnot, but honestly, if you were offered a council property or even a decent private rental somewhere elsewhere, I think you'd be mad not to at least consider it, because little Lemon, he's not really established in school, not really. You probably think he is, he probably thinks he is, but he's barely been at school 5 minutes. It wouldn't be that much of a, I mean, I know there were other ties to the area and whatnot, but, and, you know, only you know your situation fully and in depth, but, you know, I wonder if it would be worth at least considering not being incredibly tied to such a tight area that a change of school would be a deal breaker. Because at that age, I don't think a change of school would be a deal breaker. Eh? How much?
Yeah, but don't just speak Welsh, boy.
I was going to say, is that supposed to be Welsh?
Yes.
What were you trying to say?
How old is he?
Little Lemon. Oh, he's 5 or 6, something like that.
What do you know? 6 months.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I know. You probably went to about 12 different schools.
No, well, actually, only apart from when I changed senior school at the end of the 5th form, changed primary school at the end of old juniors. So I was about 7 or 8 when I changed primary schools.
But that's what I was thinking, because I've heard them say that, you know, she wants to keep at the same school, but I thought at that age, it's,
Won't notice.
I mean, and it can even be a plus. When I moved Boo and Little Miss to Matlock Bath, we started our new life in Matlock Bath. That was a change of school for Little Miss.
Yeah.
And that change of school meant that she went from being 2 to 3 years behind academically and under social services as a problem child to being the nicest child that you could ever meet, nothing to do with social services whatsoever, and the cleverest kid in her year, and totally caught up. It took her 18 months, and she caught up from being 2 to 3 years behind academically. She caught up and went to the top of all her classes. Now, that's partly down to the fact that she was a clever child, and always will be, although she won't always be a child. But it's partly down to the fact that she went from a shit school, who didn't give a shit, to an amazing school that recognised her whatevers and fulfilled her, helped her to fulfil her early potential.
I went the other way. I went from a great school to a shit school.
Oh, me too. Me too. I went from
Hashtag?
#me too. Well, I went to public school until Dad had his breakdown and we were all taken poor and moved to a council estate in Redditch. So I went from Christchurch, an excellent public school, to the secondary modern system. Fucking what a shock that was.
That's mixed with the great unwashed.
Exactly. They didn't even teach you Latin, for God's sake. They didn't even have a classics form. And, as far as I'm aware,
They still don't.
in all 3 schools that I attended in the secondary modern, because we did first school, middle school, high school. So you only did 3 years in high school, 4 years in middle school, 5 years in first school. So I did, and I joined with 2 years left to go in first school. Right? In all of those schools, I am not aware of a single case of buggery.
That's disgraceful.
I know, I mean, it was a daily occurrence in a proper school.
And that was by the headmaster.
Well, that's what the public school education system is based on. Beatings and buggery. You know, I mean,
Why think I decided not to go?
generally speaking, it was the masters that beat you and the prefects that buggered you, but it was always a bit of a lottery. You know, when you were sent into the prefect's office or the headmaster's office and he told you to take your trousers down, then it was probably a 50-50 chance of whether you were getting the cane.
I didn't tell you that. I was offered private education twice.
Yeah? Didn't fancy it? You didn't fancy it?
No, in a way. So I was reading through the comments at the same time. The first time round was when my family was moving to Wales and I was offered effectively boarding school at the time. Conversely, that probably wouldn't have lasted because interest rates went up and then my parents wouldn't be able to afford to pay the mortgage and pay for me to go to school. But I didn't actually fancy leaving my family at that time. Mistake, but that's life. The second time was when we moved to Wolverhampton. It was a mistake, I should have taken it then. Because Technical College was rife with cannabis in those days. So I should have gone. I could have learned far more.
I thrived in public school. I largely avoided the beatings, but not entirely. But I wasn't buggered a single time. And in 3 years, I did a year at prep school. God, a lot of people won't know what prep school is, will they?
No, they won't.
Preparatory school. It's a school that you went to that prepared you for public school. I can't remember a lot about prep school, but I imagine it was, look, you're going to be beaten and buggered in equal measures. Get used to it, but you will learn Latin and you will run the country one day. So take it like a man, grin and bear it. What? I got the best of it.
Fellas, you become a rent boy.
Yeah. I did. I got the best of it. I genuinely didn't get buggered. I didn't suffer a single moment of racism. I didn't get that until I moved to the secondary modern. Equally, where we lived in Birmingham, didn't experience any racism. When we moved to Worcestershire to a council estate, racism was rife. It's a lack of education, I think. I think a lot of racism is simply down to a lack of education, a lack of, I don't know, let's not go down that rabbit hole at this time in the morning. Anyway, yeah, Emma's going to come and live with me if she can't find anywhere. And she would be more than welcome.
Well, full of hope. What a lousy school.
Oh, what was Paula saying?
I went to a Quaker school, no beating, no buggery.
Oh, bad luck, Paula. There's still time.
How old is she?
That's the thing, isn't it? When you're a child, spanking and buggery are punishments.
Yeah.
If you're a girl. When you're a grown woman, that's a good night.
Yes, sir.
Throw in a bottle of Lady Petrol, a bottle of Prosecco, and bang on. What? Spanking? Anal? Prosecco? Sign me up.
Bottle of 2020 if you ain't posh.
Get it over with
We're
it.
supposed to be going down this road tonight.
Get it over with early. I'll go to the bingo. Fish and chips on the way home. Oh dear. My poor name really was not Ivor Biggin.
Would you give us some more, sir?
Oh, sorry, thank you very much. I'm sorry, I didn't see you standing there with...
That's because you've got your reading glasses on, not your drinking glasses.
All I can see is, if I look through these, all I can see is a blur.
Yeah.
I need to do the full Clarkson, have them down my... Thank you so much. I need to have them down my nose so that I can look over at you, or through them if I actually want to read. Do you actually have lungs, or does all the air that goes into you and isn't required by your, well, I was going to say bloodstream, but alcohol stream, does it just come out of there or there in like a gale force 9? I've never known anybody come out.
Do you know Billy the Fishers?
From Viz?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, there's your answer.
Oh, right, okay.
Hey, what's this contain? Gas.
Well, you certainly don't.
Not.
Not for long, anyway. I've never known anybody with quite such explosive emissions of air. Quite extraordinary.
How does that keep my waistline so trim?
We can't say anything because I know for a fact that we've both lost a bit of than where we were. And I know that we both have, bizarrely, a fairly tightly controlled and sensible diet.
Ish, to a degree.
But we haven't had these last few days.
No. But at the same time, we'll both go back home. We might have put on 2 or 3 pounds while we're here. We won't put a fat lot on. And within a week or 2, it'll be gone again.
Yeah, back to normal. Yeah. Because I'm not going to be eating sausage, egg and chips at home, sadly. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, as you should.
I bloody enjoyed it. I might make that a thing. I might have a sausage, egg and chips day. Excuse me. I might make that a Saturday. No, I can't do it Saturday.
I lived on egg and chips for 2 months when I was taken extremely poor. I literally lived on egg and chips for 2 months.
Well, if you've got one, if you had a deep fat fryer and you buy those economy chips that used to be
Yeah.
about 37.
Second spuds.
Oh, proper old school.
Proper old school, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, how often could you buy a bag of potatoes for like 10p at Sainsbury's when they were
Couldn't afford that price.
massively out of date? And okay, so they got some roots on them. God almighty, people, and you can't eat that potato, it's got roots on it. Yeah, watch
right.
me. Just
Watch me.
whack them off with your fingernail or peel the spud or whatever. I've had potatoes in my fridge for a year that I've eaten. Not a problem. God's sake. I mean, a lot of people with eating fetishes, they've never been hungry. When the pandemic kicked in, and everything.
Hang on, who's this Jeff D person?
Why?
Thinks I'm posh.
Oh my God. Oh, I don't think he's British. I think he's
69p can beer? What do you think I am, rich or something?
32 cents.
32 cents.
32 cents that kind of beer. That's about 27 pence.
27, 28p.
God, it's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, those eating fetishists, which include me. I wonder how many people have ever been truly hungry. When the pandemic kicked in, it was a really unfortunate timing because it was the first time that I left Boo. I left her twice. We got back together, and then
That was terrible timing. No, 6 months.
it wasn't 6 months.
Fair enough.
It was nothing like that. But it tied in with the beginning of the pandemic when the restaurant actually had to close for 2 weeks. And I was living at the Cabbage Patch. But that was when the daughter moved in and blah, blah, blah. And I moved out. I didn't officially leave her. I used to go to Windybum for a me night on my own, one night every week, and I chose not to go back for quite a while. But the timing was lousy because the restaurant closed. I had no stocks at Windybum because I wasn't living there. I was living at the Cabbage Patch, and I had no money. And because the restaurant was closed, I didn't have any money coming in, and I didn't have access to any food. And because I'd fallen out with Boo, I didn't have access to Boo or my food at the Cabbage Patch or any of that. I went 4 days without eating. And
So, I said, you know I've been poor.
yeah,
£8 a week for my entire food budget for everything. When I reacquired some of my financial stability, the cupboards were filled with canned stuff. The freezer was filled with food. Simply because I'm never going through that shit again of not having anything.
it was a perfect storm. It was, you've got the pandemic, you've got everything closed down, you've got no travelling, you've got the restaurant being closed, you've got the fact that I wasn't living where I was supposed to live, I was at Windybum, and all of that factored in together, plus the fact that I was skint, I didn't have petrol to go anywhere. I went 4 days, well, I'll be honest, the first 2 days I went without food and cigarettes, and
That's rough.
I missed the cigarettes.
You've seen how much tobacco I've got here,
Yeah.
and now you know why I've got that much here.
That was the killer, the fact that I went. But the next 2 days of the 4 days, I was hungry, and the cigarettes didn't matter a toss. I was hungry, and I had nothing. I had absolutely nothing. I'll never forget that, and it'll never happen again, thank God. But yeah, that shouldn't have happened really. It's not like I was in that place. It was just that perfect storm of all of those things
We were here when it kicked off.
coming together. Oh, were you?
Yeah, we were actually here. Spain shut down on, I think it was a Monday morning, 8 o'clock on Monday morning. We left here at 6 to make sure we were at Alicante Airport before 8 and off the road.
Right.
And got to Alicante Airport, keep 2 metres distance. You had 2 inches. They were literally shoving people through. Every shop in the airport was closed, and they were literally shoving people through security. And you go through ticket barrier at Alicante Airport first, like a bit like Birmingham. We went through, but the area is massive to security. And they were just shoving more and more people through, and no one was getting that security at the other end. Absolutely ridiculous.
How would that have worked on the plane? How would the 2 metre thing worked on the plane?
There wasn't really 2 meters on the plane. In those days, if you had a ticket, you got on the plane.
So were you seated normally in the
Yep.
plane?
Yep.
So they didn't like close off, it was just 1 seat per row or anything like that?
It was, I think they did that later, because I flew not all the way through. Every time the borders opened, I was on a plane.
Right.
Purely by chance that all the times that I could fly was when I wanted to fly. We missed lots of shit, you know that. But yeah, I was still coming over here, I was still going to Mallorca, and every time I actually wanted realistically to fly, I did.
Right.
The stupidest part about it was I flew into Mallorca for my birthday, came back from Mallorca, and about a week later I flew out here with my mum. Now, the law in the UK was I couldn't go and pick my mum up and take her to the airport, but I could meet her at the airport and we'd carry on.
Right.
So, what did I do? Of course, I met her at the airport because I wouldn't dare dream of breaking any single laws.
The pandemic for me, I remember 2 things. Business-wise, when it all kicked off and we did the close for 2 weeks thing, and then when we were going to be opening, I called Bish for a meeting and I said, look, whenever something like this happens, something really fairly seismic happens, then when it comes to businesses, it always goes one of 2 ways. There will be those that thrive and there will be those that fail.
Yep.
There's seldom a middle ground.
I'll tell you about that later.
People will turn it to their advantage and thrive, or they will fail and go under. I said, we need to do this carefully and we need to plan it now. So I told him what we were going to do. And I'm not such a genius that lots of other people weren't having the same idea. Now, in London, they took it a step further than me, and they all effectively opened dark kitchens. But we all had the same idea, but we all had it independently. And it was very obvious to me that if we were going to survive when the restaurant was closed, then what else can you do? You've got to push takeaways massively. You've got to go mad on takeaways because they're the only option that people have got. They can't go out and eat, or they couldn't. So you change your whole business model and you gear everything up towards takeaway. You pay your staff down. We were helped to do that by the government. There were the furlough payments. So you only have the essential people in there. And we made better profits because I made sure that we were ahead of the game. And when everybody was suddenly ordering takeaways, collections, deliveries and whatnot, we were ahead of it, and we were the first people to say that, you know, we can do this, we can do that, don't worry, you don't have to miss out, blah, blah, blah. And we pared our staff down and we did it right. And our profit went up throughout.
Costs down, margins up.
Yeah, exactly.
Conversely, again, we were talking about it earlier, food costs went up afterwards.
Yes.
Significantly.
Yeah.
During,
it was the gravy train. And then don't even talk to me about eat out to help out.
Oh.
We had We had queues down the street. We had people wanting to sit on the floor and eat, sit in the car park and eat. It was insane. And they wondered that there was, after Eat Out to Help Out, that insanity. And they wondered that there was a second spike when, having kind of got things under control, the death toll went through the fucking roof. It was, oh, what a crazy idea. I've been going for 28 minutes longer than when I said I was going to say goodnight.
My fault, per usual. It's all bad influence.
Oh, thank you, Jeff D. Oh, bless you, Steve Hogg. Oh, it's very sweet. The wine is eventually going down. I'll have done the bottle by the time I go to bed. Don't worry about that. It'll be a long time before I eat as much as that again. That was horrendous. I mean, it was very, very tasty. And hey, our waiter was from Nepal, from Kathmandu. Gotta love that. But, oh, it's too much. Jeff, that's absolutely true. Again, that's on a video. I think that was on today's video, actually, wasn't it? I think it was the one that you've actually seen. That if you were taught a little Latin, then there are Latin roots in so many European languages that you will always get a bit, like via. If you learn Latin, then you see via or anything like it, and you know you're talking about a road. Exactly, Jimmy Quinn. I was going 30 minutes ago. Exactly. Now Boaty has smash. No more going hungry. That smash was okay. I've had one smash meal. It's not going to be the last. I'm going to get my money's worth out of that. Right, darlings. Right. It's now 1:30 local time, 12:30 your time. It is most definitely time to go tonight, to head off tonight. Tomorrow will be my last full day here in this lovely house, in this lovely place. As you can probably tell, I've had a fabulous time. It's done me the world of good, physically and emotionally. It's been fabulous to hang out with a mate, to catch up. It's been amazing for the first time in 8 years to not have to do anything, not have to go to work, not have to. And as I've said, it's remarkable. I've learned that I've let stress get the better of me, because since I came out here, I've not taken a single painkiller for any of my chronic pains. I've not had a single moment or second of anxiety or anything like that. And that tells me a lot. That tells me that stuff I thought was just stuff I had to deal with isn't, because it's not happened here. So there you go. That's a lesson to me that, and maybe that is what the new lifestyle will do for me, that I'll be a lot more relaxed, and because I did have a bit of that when I was in ROGERBOTTY. So there we are. It's been a fabulous time. I've got a full day left here. I can't promise that there will be sausage, egg and chips tomorrow, but there's going to be, one thing I can promise is that tomorrow night there's going to be the half roast chicken with a side order of onion rings. Oh yeah. God, I'm looking forward to that now. Well, I'm not, because obviously I couldn't eat a crumb. There will be no supper tonight. I will just go to bed. I'll have another glass of wine, a couple of scented candles, and then I will be in bed by 2 o'clock because I do want to go to, where is it I want to go to tomorrow?
Cartagena?
That's the one. How do you pronounce it?
Cartagena.
Cartagena. Paula, if you're still watching, you told me all about it. Others have too. That's the mission for tomorrow because apparently that's where you have...
Weather. If it's pissing down, we ain't going.
Oh, well, if it's pissing down, we're going to have sausage, egg and chips.
No, we won't. No. If it's pissing down, we go to the golf club and we're camping out there for the day to see what's on all day there.
Okay.
You can go live all day from the golf club. They've got Wi-Fi there as well.
Have they?
Yes.
Okay. I'll be honest, the secondary modern shit council has ratted me. Wouldn't mind sausage, egg and chips again. Or, oh God, or a sausage and bacon sandwich and then the half roast chicken tomorrow night. Oh God, this is awful. We've ended up twice today. We've been back at that shopping centre where on the first video of the first day, I said, it'll be a cold day in hell before you see me here. I'm in there today eating sausage, egg and chips.
It's convenience.
It
It
is.
provides all the things we need.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I'm here, I don't go into the actual shopping centre very often. I go and pay for my internet. We might go to Spice Villa once while we're here. We might go to Fiesta once while we're here. Yes, I go to the supermarket every single day. They're closed.
The supermarket's fabulous.
Yeah.
That's actual Spanish. All the staff are Spanish.
Yeah.
Oh, now then, update. You did today see what was my yesterday's arse of the day.
Arse of the day. The arse was great, but it was very much a case of you don't look at the mantelpiece when you're stoking the fire.
I didn't see her from the front yesterday. Now, I'm going to be honest.
Conversely, did you also notice, I think it's a management thing there. I think the management there is a dirty old bugger who's got a thing for arses. Because the number of staff with that tight an arse was disproportionate for the premises.
I didn't notice that. I must be slipping. But
Yes.
what I will say is
You were
that
looking for wine. I had other priorities.
when the lady in question turned round, how can I put this without...
If you look at the top of the head, it doesn't matter.
No, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that. Right, her arse was, in my book, a 10.
It was a very nice.
It was a fine arse.
Yeah.
From the front, with the best will in the world, not a 10.
Not a 10.
Not a 10. However, whatever I used to be, my 1 to 10 attractiveness thing is about equivalent to my credit rating. I mean, let's be honest, it's down in the red. So I'm gonna say that nice lady, who I'm sure is a lovely human being, she's got a grade 10 arse. And whilst the boat was a bit dodgy, I'm sure she's a lovely person, and just overall, I would be happy.
Comes on the heading of, would you?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh, I had a pulse to start with.
Several
Excuse
times.
me, actually, no, before we actually finish off tonight, I would like to point out the fact, I've got to come over here so people on the microphone can hear me. In 1 second, because my beer can is empty, which is disgraceful.
Right, we're going to bed at 2. This is not going to be a 5 o'clock night. All right?
Well, we said that at the moment, so you're now going to have
No,
to...
I'm doing it. I'm
No,
off
you've
to
got
bed.
to
I can't do it.
21 degrees, 21.8.
21.8. The log burner is roaring, darlings.
Whilst we're quietly enjoying our meal in a nearly empty restaurant tonight, because it was after 6 o'clock,
Yeah.
it was after 8,
Yeah.
it won't be said that someone decided to hit on someone in the restaurant tonight and go, hello ladies, where you from?
Who is that? Oh, fuck off. I didn't hit on
And her
anybody.
daughter had to drag her away from you.
bollocks.
Talk your way out of that one.
It's absolute nonsense. We were in the restaurant and there was a group of people who...
Did her daughter have to drag her away or not?
Yeah, but that's because she wanted to stay, not because I was keeping her.
Yeah, I believe it.
There were a group of people and there was a voice amongst that group that was very obviously from my home valley in South Wales. You all know a Welsh accent. Believe me, if you are Welsh, you can differentiate between somebody from Cardiff, somebody from Swansea, somebody from the valleys, somebody from, and that's never mind the North Walians. I mean, they're a different breed altogether. I heard a voice and I knew that that was a voice from home, from my part of South Wales. So when the group broke up a little bit and were making their way out, the lady with the voice came directly by our table, and I said, excuse me, my lovely, where to are you from? And she said, Swansea. I said, I knew, I'm a Glynneath boy. And, oh, well, and then there was, now, she was in her 60s or 70s, something like that. But it was a voice from home. You have to say hello. There has to be that spark of recognition. I knew she wasn't from Cardiff. I knew she wasn't from Newport. I knew she wasn't even from the next valley over. She wasn't from Treherbert. She was from that channel of the Neath Valley running down to Swansea. You just know when you're from there. And her daughter had to get up early in the morning, and her daughter did grab her away. But I wasn't hitting on her, for God's sake. Although she had lovely false teeth, and I was quite jealous of them. Right.
But the thing is, some of us have been around long enough to remember a sub-edit called Pensioners Worth of Pottering.
OPWAP, that was. You remembered it, not quite correctly. OPWAP, OAP's Worth of
I've had a
Pottering.
little drinky since then, not a
Yeah.
while.
OPWAP, oh my God, that was the, were you watching then in
Yes,
the
of course I
OPWAP
was.
days? Fucking hell, that's going back. OPWAP, dear
We only
me.
on the lives because I'm otherwise occupied.
Yeah. Oh, OPWAP, that was fun.
And the daughter was going, no, the mother's already had a pottering this week. She's an old slapper from the valleys.
Oh, what have I done there? Oh, there we are. Right. Oh, God, it really is time to go. I can't cope with the noise that bug makes. It's like the
water pipes as the pressure drops, just it's finishing off.
it's like the bug on the Starship Enterprise. Not that I've ever heard that, but right. Whizzing through. Aren't you going to eat any Spanish cuisine? Emma, I have. Wait until the next video that you see. You're all behind like a cow's tail. I have eaten Spanish cuisine. If you watch the video carefully, our first lunch here, I insisted that I made the lunch and it was all made with local produce. And then, when was it? Not today, I had sausage, egg and chips. Yesterday's lunch was authentically Spanish. Very Spanish, actually. So, yes, I've eaten quite a bit of Spanish cuisine. No, I'm not a turncoat, sod off.
I really think there's things in life Emma shouldn't be admitting to.
Emma will admit to anything. Did you see the live stream in Llandudno? Fucking hell.
Tasting local delicacies. That's one way to call it.
Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah. She means shagging the waiter at the local hotel she's staying in. That's what she means.
Oh, I realise that.
Yeah. That waiter's got glasses. Have him washed and sent to my hotel room. The lettuce is waiting. No, Emma. No, 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 no. No, it won't be a Big Mac day tomorrow.
I've got that involves driving down the port.
Yeah, there was a McDonald's. We did drive.
That'll be on tomorrow's.
It's not. It didn't make the edit.
Didn't make the edit.
No,
It
it
didn't
went.
make the cut.
It went out in the edit. Yeah. So
Disgusted.
I'll tell you now.
McDonald's, Kentucky
Fried chicken had a piece of hut, a piece of hut, a piece of hut. Some mucky old chicken had a piece of hut. Fat Ronald, mucky old chicken had a piece of hut. Yeah, right. It's not in the video. It ended up on the cutting room floor. But on the way back from Porto Mozzarella, then as we went through the town, we went past a little like industrial park thing where there was a McDonald's, a Burger King, and a KFC. So they are here, but we're not going to be going there.
That's possibly something we should do.
What?
Lord Scrotter. Drink Guinness in the Irish bar tomorrow.
Right then, darlings, I have finally caught up with the comments 44 minutes after I was very definitely saying goodnight. And that means that tonight's live stream has been 2 hours and 44 minutes. So God bless the 62 of you who are still with us. You have fortitude and I applaud you. Thank you so much, darlings, for your company tonight and all over this trip. Let me wish you all a safe and peaceful night and a good day tomorrow. May the new day bring joy, may it bring pleasure. At the very least, may you be safe, warm, comfortable, well fed, and may you find the day manageable. The candle, if not this one, possibly a new one, because we have gone on a bit.
Extravagant.
The candle will be relit tomorrow night, and tomorrow night will be 11 p.m. local time, 10 p.m. your time, and it will be the last live stream from Spain for this Spanish trip, which let's not forget, has been the first overseas trip of this YouTube channel, but not the last. Thank you so much, darlings. Yeah. Thank you so much. I cannot wait to see you tomorrow. Until then, and in the meantime, all the love in the world from me, and of course, Paul.
Oh, good night, pigs. Ta-da, a bit.
Ta-da, a bit, So, on that note, all the love in the world from both of us. And for the third time on that note, Pachoo! And indeed...
Bosh.
3, 2, 1. What was it now? I can't remember. Oh, yes. Bosh. Good night, darlings. Bye-bye.